Yeah, so here's my VK wagon. A 202 HQ red block in there with the original head to the motor to the wagon. A little bit tired on the cylinder head. Valve stem guides are a little worn. They're on their way. Pretty much done. Get that little bit of puff of smoke when it's dead cold. It clears up pretty quick. 20 seconds, whatever. Other than that, it's not too bad. I've knocked up a set of extractors out of shit that I had laying around, wheeled them up, got it running. They're not perfect, but they do the job for the moment. They'll be replaced with a set of hurricanes or pacemakers very soon. 350 holley I knocked up out of rubbish as well. Put an adapter plate on there to suit the varajet manifold and the 12-port head. High flow air cleaner, actually serviceable. Put together this Gilmer belt drive kit out of shit as well, essentially. Not something I'd recommend unless you're prepared for a bit of dicking around. Essentially, the alternator mounts need to go forward an inch. It's a matter of having the right belt to do the job as well. As you can see there, this is a 34.5-inch belt. I had a 32, but that was just that little bit too tight. I could have probably made it work with a bit more dicking around. But yeah, not ideal. It's beautiful now. Only just put this new belt on about 15 minutes ago. The block of this motor itself, 40 thou oversized, 202 red, ACL Duralite pistons, high compression, basically HQ racing pistons, Aussiespeed rocker cover, really tall one. I needed it to clear the rocker gear and the guts. It was getting like tapping on the top of the rocker cover from the rockers. With a standard cover, with a chrome one I had on there, doubled up on the gaskets, still didn't make any difference. It was still problematic. Once I got this thing, and this was really bloody dear, it was like fucking $500 pretty much. Perfect. Took out the EST ignition setup, the distributor that was running on the computer system, because you couldn't tune anything. So I got an aftermarket HEI, like VK Commodore style one, put that in. It's absolutely beautiful. Old girl starts up pretty easy, dead cold. Doesn't run too bad at all. Just give him a bit of a squirt on the throttle there, and we'll kick him in the guts and see what it does. That's it. Beautiful little motor. We'll do something about the gearbox soon. I think I got scammed with the 5-speed. It's pretty much fucked. Beautiful. Nice fast revving engine, and considering it's just a 350 holley and people don't have much faith in it, it's actually pretty good. It's been quite economical. I've got the right jetting in there, the right power valve. People forget, and they probably don't realise there's particular ways to tune these. Manifold vacuum gauge, off the intake or something like that is probably your best bet to actually get everything sitting perfect. Try and basically tune it with the adjustment screws. There's one of these on the other side. Once your manifold vacuum reaches the highest point with both of those adjusted, either in and out or out, you're pretty much fine. Same thing goes with the distributor too, within reason. Although I find tuning that by ear and adjusting it on the fly as you're driving around is probably the absolute best thing you can do. Quite quick revving for what it is. Yeah, so that's as far as that goes. I've put in a VK Commodore brake booster and master, put little conversion fittings in, knocked up the bracket myself, made that fit. The back end's still rear drum, but it brakes surprisingly bloody well. Most people wouldn't think it'd brake half as well as it does. Actually, it's bloody beautiful. Really straight old girl, this thing too. Good bus. Idle's lovely. Plenty of compression. Bought this thing about 4 years ago, $1,400, factory manual. I put the 5-speed in, but I think I got conned with that. It's pretty much fried. I've got to go and bloody replace it really shortly. So that's one of the very next things on my list, along with the head. Red head I'll be putting on. I've got 1 or 2 carbie systems I'm going to use. This Holley setup's going to go back on the wife's conversion ute that I built up for her. Yeah, pretty much it. I've got a Ford Weber 34 off an early XC Falcon, like a 3.3 litre one I've had fully rebuilt. That's likely going to go on here. Either that or the triple SUs. I've built a lot of triple SU carbie setups over the years, and the only major flaw with them is manifold vacuum. You've got very, very little with those things. They just breathe so bloody well. There's no restriction with them, and they absolutely fly. But the trade-off is having no manifold vacuum. You know, you lose a lot of power with your braking system, but there is a way around that. VF Commodores, like the Amigas or whatever they call them, they've got an electric brake booster. So that's potentially one of the things I'm going to do. I've actually got one around here to put on for the purpose. So I'm thinking maybe that's the next thing I'll do. So head change, carby change, put the 4-speed back in with a brand new heavy duty clutch kit that's on the way, and that's it. But she's a beautiful old rig. She's very tidy. I'd only just got this re-registered, was at the start of the year, January. I've done like 1,000 Ks on it since I've had it on the road, and yeah, gearbox has been the biggest bloody letdown. It's a job to convert it over to the Toyota 5-speed. Now I'll be putting the 4-speed back in. It's probably going to stay in there for quite some time. Plus I've got a spare 4-speed. If that one dies, there's another one in house ready to go. So there you are, that's it.